Assalamualaikum and a very good morning I bid to everyone. Welcome back to our English class. I hope that everyone is fine and ready for our today's lesson. We are still in chapter 5. Our topic for today is my trip to Morocco, page 74. These are the learning standard for today's lesson. Main skill. Reading 3.1. Understand a variety of texts by using a wide range of appropriate reading strategies to construct meaning. Complementary skill. Listening 1.3. Recognize features of spoken genres on familiar topics. Now it's time for you to read. Before we start the reading activity, let's discuss these questions. Have you ever been abroad? What do you enjoy doing when you visit new places?
5b. Read.
B. Read the text quickly and match the headings A to G with the paragraphs 1 to 4. There are 3 extra headings which you do not need to use.
My Trip to Morocco by Amanda Edmonds. I arrived at Marrakesh airport where I met my friend Amélie, who had arrived the previous day. She's been to Morocco many times and I couldn't wait for her to show me around. Amélie is French, which is cool because they speak Arabic, French and Berber in Morocco. As soon as I'd dumped my bags in the hotel room, we went out to grab a bite. We went to a souk, which is an open-air market by day, but at night it turns into a bustling open-air restaurant with loads of food stalls. It was full of life and everything smelt delicious. I was enjoying the sights as we were walking through the crowd eating our kebabs, and I didn't notice a man yelling at me. He was a snake charmer, and I almost stepped on his cobra because I wasn't looking where I was going. I had seen many people the previous night with henna tattoos on their hands, so I asked Amélie where I could get one. So it was back to the souk, where a little old lady turned my hands into a work of art. She explained that the tattoos would go away 2 weeks later. Afterwards, while walking around the city, I noticed how some people hail taxis. They don't stick out their hand, but they point a finger, or even 2 fingers. I asked Amélie why they did that, and she explained that it was a way to tell the taxi driver how many people need a lift. Later, we needed a taxi to get back to the hotel, so I gave it a try. We found a taxi pretty quickly, so I guess it worked fine. I was a bit nervous about our next outing, but as it turned out, I had the time of my life. We went on a 2-day 4x4 excursion to Erg Chebi. This is a place in the Sahara Desert, and it took us most of the day to drive there, but it was definitely worth it. We watched the sun setting over the enormous sand dunes. Then the real show started, as the stars came out and filled the entire sky. Living in the city, I had never seen so many stars. It was magical. I fell asleep that night imagining how wonderful life as a Bedouin might be, roaming the desert on camels and sleeping in tents under the stars. A few days later, my dream came true and I got the chance to go camel riding, but it didn't really live up to my expectations. Getting on a camel isn't exactly a piece of cake, but after a bit of a struggle, I managed to get up there. I called my camel Goofy because he had huge teeth. We rode off, but after a while I felt dizzy, and I asked the guide Moha if we could stop. Moha told me not to worry, as I'd get used to it. He also said that camels are known as ships of the desert. Then it crossed my mind that I was feeling seasick in the middle of the desert.
Move on to exercise C and D on page 75. Exercise C, you have to read the text again and answer the questions. And also, exercise D, find words or phrases in the text and match them with the definitions below. You can do this with your teacher during tutorial class. Vocabulary, page 76. Read the dialogues and try to guess the meaning of the words or phrases in bold. We have done with the reading activity, vocabulary exercises, and now let's look at the listening activity on page 76 and page 77.
Listen. Listen to 6 monologues related to travel and answer the questions. Choose A, B, or C. 1.
Your attention, please. Informing all passengers travelling to New York on Alpha Airlines flight number AA3477, there will be up to a 3-hour delay on that flight. Please wait for further announcements. Passengers on flight AA4524 to Chicago, please proceed to gate 15. Your flight is now boarding. And passengers on flight AA2216 to Las Vegas, your departure time has changed from 3:30 to 4:15. Thank you.
2. I'm very sorry, madam, but we have strict safety rules concerning baggage. I understand that you followed all the rules about packing the bag yourself, but it doesn't really matter if all the items are safe and appropriate. If the bag doesn't fit in the overhead compartment, then you can't take it on the plane. It's as simple as that. 3.
Thank you for calling Sun Travel. For information about local city tours, press 1. For information about cruises, press 2. For information about flights abroad, press 3. For information about all our special offers, press 4. For any other information, please stay on the line and the first available agent will be with you shortly.
4.
Your attention, please. There has been a platform change. The 3:45 to Bristol will now be arriving at platform 2 instead of platform 3. So, will all passengers please proceed to platform 2? Also, for your own safety, passengers waiting on platform 2 should stay away from the edge of the platform, as the express train to London will be passing through the station and will not be stopping. Thank you.
5. This is the travel news with Rita Wilkins. Lots of traffic in the city centre tonight. That's due to the big football match. It's packed with cars on the high street and there's not a lot of movement. Also, the underground isn't working in the area, which isn't helping the situation. So, if you want to see the kick-off, I suggest walking there and take a scarf because it's pretty cold out tonight. 6.
Jackson, Hugh Jackson. And my booking reference is AA96428. Yes, I was wondering if it's possible to change my flight details. It's just that I've realised I need to be back on Monday morning. I'd still like to leave on Thursday, but I'd prefer to come back on Sunday night, so I can meet somebody the next day. I know it's going to be a very short trip. What can I do? I don't mind if it's more expensive. Could you just tell me if there are any flights available? Thanks a lot. I'll wait.
B. Listen again and complete the information below.
Hello, I wonder if you could help me. I was told to ring this number because... That's right. My name? Yes, it's Eric Teo. That's T-E-O-H. Yes, of course. I was travelling from Paris to London. It's strange because I fly this route frequently, and it's the first time this has happened. And I suppose you want the flight number 2. I've got it somewhere. Here we go. RS 3467. No, wait. That was the outgoing flight to Paris. The one you're looking for is RS 3468, okay? That's the funny thing. I usually only travel with my hand luggage. It's a lot quicker, you see. But this time I had a suitcase too. Yes, just one. Yes, that's right. Blue. Let me see. Just clothes, I think. No, silly me. I had a model plane for my son. It's his birthday on Tuesday. I couldn't fit it in my hand luggage, so I had to take a suitcase. Really? That's great. Will I have to come to the airport to get it? Really? So you can deliver it to my house. That's great. I think you've already got my address. Is that right? Will it take more than 3 days to get here? Because, as I said, it's my son's birthday soon. It will arrive within 2 days? Even better. I'll have time to wrap it. Okay then, is that all? Great, thanks for your help.
We have come to the end of our lesson for today. Till next time, stay home, stay safe.